What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to BarcaLyze. Today I'm gonna be going live. We are live right now. We are live 100%. And for those who are watching this later, please feel free to fast forward if you want to get to the video. I'm gonna start it literally in like 1 minute anyway. But we are doing it live. I hope some people do join us while I do this video. This video is the BTS Wings era explained, and it was actually a recommendation by Abium, a very loyal subscriber of mine. Her name is Abium. She always gives me information about BTS. She's always giving me information and helping me learn about BTS and their music and about who they are as people. She really helps me out. She really definitely does help me out. So shout out to Abium for this video, for this recommendation right here. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and get this started. But before we do, as always, you guys do know me. I do have my coffee with me right here, 24/7, all day, every day, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Very simple. That being said, let's go ahead and get this started, guys. Just give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and set this up real quick. And as soon as I set it up, we'll go ahead and get this video started. It's done. Set this. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. What's going on here? Hold on. I just want to make sure everything's good. All right, let's start this, guys. In 3, 2, 1. All right, got the camera ready. Let's go.
Sup Flare Squad, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Sup Flare Squad, welcome back to my channel and to another video.
Hey Mono, what's good, Mono? How are you? Let's go. I'm gonna focus on the video now.
Sup Flare Squad, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Let me start off by saying that the Wings era is very complicated, but I'll do my best to simplify.
I can tell it's very complicated. I can tell because I recently learned that you know, about Bangtan universe and about like the fictional things that happens in that universe, and when it started. I learned when it started recently. I learned you know, I learned a few more things, especially from Abium, as one of my subscribers. She helped me learn a lot from BTS, so thank you. Shout out to Abium. Let's go.
Simplify it and get straight to.
And a shout out to everyone else that gives me information. I try to read as many comments as possible, guys. I try to get to all of them. Sometimes I don't get to all of them just because I'm very busy in like my actual life. I'm very busy. I'm dealing with a lot. So I try my best, you know, at bedtime or when I wake up to go through my comments or throughout the day, but sometimes I might not get to yours. But shout out to everyone that gives me information about BTS. Let's go.
This era is very complicated, but I'll do my best to simplify it and get straight to the point. I'll also.
And Mono in my chat is saying that Jimin and JK come back today from military service. That's amazing. I can't wait for them to release some music.
Another video. Let me start off by saying that the Wings era is very complicated, but I'll do my best to simplify it and get straight to the point. I'll also be calling the BTS members by their character names, which are also their real names. The Wings era was inspired by the book.
See, that's something I have to learn when it comes to BTS is their real names. I know them by their, you know, stage name, but I don't know them by their actual name. Well, I know some of their names, but I'm not too familiar with who's who. I gotta learn that.
Which are also their real names. The Wings era was inspired by the book Damien, written by Hermann Hesse, which is about a young boy who struggles to find his new self-knowledge in the immoral world and is caught between good and evil. This ties into BTS's fictional characters in the BTS universe storyline. If you haven't yet, I highly recommend you watching my video called BTS Storyline Summary Explained 2020.
I need to react to that next. Maybe not today. In the next live stream, I have to react to that. Let me take a picture of it, actually. So that way I know I can react to it. Let me see here. Take a picture. And boom. Done. Let's go.
20. Link is in my description box. But this will help you understand what I'm about to unfold. During this era, BTS's fictional characters are now experiencing the loss of innocence and the hardships of reality. Here's what I'll be going over today, starting with the summarization
So let me look at this real quick. So, okay, so she's giving us timestamps of this video of what she's going to be talking about. That's nice of her doing that.
of Damien. In the novel Damien, the main character named Emile Sinclair got his...
Hold on, I gotta take notes, guys. I gotta take notes. Here's my book. I got my book with me, my notes book. I got my notebook with me right here, ready to go. Let's go. Alright, so Emile. This is based off of Emile Sinclair. Emile Sinclair Damien. Boom. Alright, let's go.
In the novel Damien, the main character named Emile Sinclair got his first taste of darkness.
And guys, whoever's in here, please, if you can hit the like button, that really would help me out. It'll boost this live stream into the algorithm. More people are therefore able to find this live stream. So please hit the like button, guys. Let's go.
When he lied about stealing apples from a garden. This apple from the garden...
Wait, so he lied about stealing apples from the garden, Emile.
He lied about stealing apples from a garden.
Okay.
This apple from the garden represented the Garden of Eden, and the apple was the forbidden fruit, symbolizing Sinclair's first sin. An older boy named Cromer used this lie to blackmail and bully Sinclair, but a new classmate appeared and stopped the bullying. His name was Damien. He approaches Sinclair one day and presents him with an inventive interpretation of the story of Cain and Abel. Damien insists one ought to worship the entire world, the evil parts too. The world is divided into two realms, light and darkness, good and bad. Confirmation Day marked the end of Sinclair's childhood. The class's last lessons were...
Let's go back a little bit. I'm just writing some of the information down, guys. Mind me.
...were about the Last Supper. Sinclair entered boarding...
Hold on. Did he go back?
Confirmation Day marked the end of Sinclair's childhood. The class's last lessons were about the Last Supper. Sinclair entered boarding school and started staying out late, drinking and carousing. This marked the beginning of a rebellious streak. Sinclair then sees a girl named Beatrice, who had become a symbol for him, but he never spoke to her. He took a painting and painted a picture of this girl. One day later,
what was her name? I gotta write it down.
Beginning of a rebellious streak. Sinclair then sees a girl named Beatrice, who had become a symbol for him, but he never spoke to her. He took a painting and painted a picture of this girl. One day later, after the rain washed away the painting, Sinclair could see Damien and himself on the canvas.
Damn.
Sinclair then painted a picture of the sparrowhawk on the same canvas.
So that makes a lot more sense now. That truly makes a lot more sense now. The bird and the painting from the short films.
Bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. The bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
Abraxas is an ancient god who contains both divine and satanic elements. Hess used this event to symbolize the connection between Sinclair, Damien, and Abraxas. There was also another painting that turned out to be Eva, Damien's mother, who represents the concept of the universal mother, Eve. Strolling about town one day, Sinclair hears music emanating from a small church. He was moved by it and would sit outside to listen for a while. He does this many times and eventually trails down the organist. Sinclair follows him to a bar and they begin...
I wonder if this is... No, it can't be. I was gonna say, I wonder if this is based off of a real person. I know, like, the supernatural of it all, it doesn't make sense, obviously, but maybe it could be based off of a real person, right? Or am I wrong?
...to chat. The organist was...
Let's go back a little bit.
He does this many times and eventually trails down the organist. Sinclair follows him to a bar and they begin to chat. The organist was named Pistorius. he becomes a mentor to Sinclair, helping him learn further things about himself and teaching him about Abraxas. One day, as Sinclair was strolling around his college town, he runs into Damien, and they're happily reunited. Sinclair then became a regular at Damien's household and strengthened his bond with both Damien and Damien's mother, Frau Eva. War begins, and Damien is in his household and strengthened his bond with
Googie, what's good, Googie Naders? Googie Naders is in the house. What is good? Shout out to Googie. The person I always say their name wrong. Juji, Jugi, Guji, Googie. Let's go.
Sinclair then became a regular at Damien's household and strengthened his bond with both Damien.
Guys, I'm writing notes. Look. Mind the thing on top. The thing on top is just for my audio settings for my editing. And mind the coffee stains. I dropped coffee on my notebook the other day, so there's all kinds of coffee stains. But I'm taking notes, guys. Look how much notes I've already taken. I put down Damien. I put down Emile, Sinclair. There are two realms, light and dark, good and bad. Then he became rebellious. Girl named Beatrice came into his world, but he didn't want to talk to her. He painted her, but then the rain came and it wiped the painting away, and then Damien showed up and then Abraxas, ancient gods, satanic elements, Eva, Damien's mother, which plays Eve. And now I met Pistorius Sinclair, mentor. He's the mentor Pistorius is the mentor of Sinclair. Let's go.
He runs into Damien, and they're happily reunited. Sinclair then became a regular at Damien's household and strengthened his bond with both Damien and Damien's mother, Frau Eva.
So wait, who did? Is they talking about Emile came and strengthened the bond?
Town, he runs into Damien, and they're happily reunited. Sinclair then became a regular at Damien's household and strengthened his bond with both Damien and Damien's mother, Frau Eva. War begins, and Damien is called to serve as a lieutenant. Before Sinclair goes off to war, Eva tells him that he could call her whenever he needs to. He can do so, and she will send somebody like her to his side. Sinclair is wounded in battle. He summons his energy and finds Damien by his side. Damien tells Sinclair that if ever he needs help, he no longer needs to call.
Why do I have a feeling Damien is Emile? It's just Emile's like alter ego, or how would you say his other side, his other face that he doesn't show people, maybe. Because you know in Japan, I think there's a saying that says, and I like it. I really, really like that saying. It really is very, very, very accurate. And it goes like this. It goes something similar to this, what I'm about to say. It goes, people have a face that they show acquaintances. They have a face they show their friends. And then they have a face they only know of. Every person, they have a face they only know of. This could be like his thoughts talking to him. Damien could be Emile's thoughts in a form of a human. But let's see. I don't know much about Damien, but let's see.
Summons his
I could be completely wrong.
Side. Sinclair is wounded in battle. He summons his energy and finds Damien by his side. Damien tells Sinclair that if ever he needs help, he no longer needs to call Damien. He simply needs to look inside himself, and he'll see that Damien is within him.
Yes, I knew it. I mean, it was there. Don't let me not hype myself too much, also, because it was right there. They made it clear. They made it obvious that was going to be the next thing they were going to say. I don't know. I thought it was obvious. I thought it was going to be obvious that, okay, Damien is not actually another person. It is actually Emile. Okay, I get it now. Let's go.
No longer needs to call Damien.
I knew it though. I knew it.
Simply needs to look inside himself, and he'll see that Damien is within him. Damien then gives him a light kiss on the lips. a kiss that he says is from Eva, then vanishes into the night. Carl Jung's theories and Nietzsche's philosophy play a part in the storyline. And if you've been keeping up with the BTS universe or have watched my videos before, I'm sure you've already heard of Carl Jung. BTS's Map of the Soul era was inspired by the book Jung's Map of the Soul era was inspired by the book Jung's Map of the Soul by Mary Stein. So this story is about the psychological development of the protagonist, Emile Sinclair, which is quite in line with Carl Jung's theories. It becomes even more evident when Hess talks about Sinclair trying to figure out his dreams and what it means. So Emile Sinclair represents the ego in the persona. He is the person that experiences the process of individuation. Damien seems to be the prototypical Ubermensch who has already surpassed the value system of society, while Sinclair sets off on a similar journey. Damien could be recognized as the self. According to Carl Jung, there are stages during the process of individuation.
Hold on, I gotta look at that. So, outer world. So there's the outer world. There's the conscious. There's a persona, shadow in the back. And then there's a self in the center. And then unconscious self, persona, personal unconscious. Consciousness, unconsciousness, collective consciousness. Okay. And then inner world at the bottom.
Is during the process of individuation. Stage 1, the shadow. Cromer, the bully who blackmailed Sinclair, was Sinclair's first human link with the dark world. He could be categorized as the shadow. Stage 2, the anima or animus. Beatrice could be categorized as Sinclair's anima. Stage 3, mana personality of Mother Eve. He meets Damien's mother.
Sorry guys, if you see me looking down, I'm writing notes. I'm writing notes right here. So if you see me looking down, just don't mind that. I'm listening and watching at the same time and writing my notes too.
As Sinclair's anima. Stage 3, mana personality of Mother Eve. He meets Damien's mother, Frau Eva. She is the mother, the mistress, and goddess of his dreams. Stage 4, the self. After getting in touch with the shadow, anima, and mana personality, that's when Sinclair got in touch with the self. This is the process of individuation. This is the same process each member is experiencing in the BTS universe.
I wonder how BTS decided to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how they came to the conclusion or to the decision where they're like, you know what, guys, let's go ahead and create this fictional universe that's called, Bangtan Universe, and let's, based off of the Book of Damien. I wonder who came up with that idea. You know what I mean? It's such a fun idea. It's such a great idea, and it gives us a lot of content to enjoy from BTS, and it gives us storylines, and it gives us a lot of different interesting aspects to look at and to enjoy. So I wonder who came up with that who the sole person that came up with the decision, or the sole person that at least threw the idea out, that said, you know what, let's do it based off of the Book of Damien. I really want to know. That would be interesting to know.
Let's
go. What's going on, Marco? What's going on? Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat for a minute. What's going on, Raluka? Shout out to you guys. Googie, shout out to you. Cotton Candy, what's good, Cotton Candy? How are you? Marco says she's explaining the book of she's explaining the book. Hesse was very deep, inspired by. I'm not even try to attempt that as well. RM loves reading. Nice, hell yeah. I know she's explaining the Book of Damien right now. Let's go.
And goddess of his dreams.
I'm writing notes, Marco. Don't forget that I'm writing notes too, man. I'm taking notes. Let's go.
The mother, the mistress, and goddess of his dreams. Stage 4, the self. After getting in touch with the shadow, anima, and mana personality, that's when Sinclair got in touch with the self. This is the process of individuation. This is the same process each member is experiencing in the BTS universe. You'll also recognize the terms like persona, shadow,
they're showing me stuff from the future that I haven't seen yet. No, close my eyes.
and ego that were used during BTS's Map of the Soul era.
I haven't got to that yet.
Reminder, this will all make a lot more sense if you've watched my BTS storyline summary explained.
Should I have watched that first, guys? The BTS storyline summary explained? Let me know. Should I have watched that first before this video? I was just told to react to this video by one of my most loyal subscribers, Abium. She told me to react to this, but I'm not sure. She keeps saying in the video that it would make more sense for me to react to that video first. That's on the screen right now. But let's keep going though.
2020. Since I won't be diving in too deep or we'd be here for hours. Link is in my description box. During the beginning of each short film, an excerpt from Damien is read by RM.
Yep.
There's a theory that each member represents a stage in Sinclair's life.
Oh.
Wings short film number 1, Begin. Jungkook represents Sinclair.
I am so freaking interested in this. I am so like excited to know what these short film meant, because if you guys watched my short film reactions, I gave my own breakdown and what I like, you know, I tried to decode the short films and kind of what they meant, and me not knowing the Book of Damien, I was just going based off of what was happening in the video. So a lot of my thinking was like, oh, this has to do with mental health, you know, this has to do with taking a lot of medications for mental health, and this has to do with maybe adolescence and getting older. You know, I was trying to make these ties with each other, which I did. I was able to tie them up pretty good, but this is actually going to tell me what they mean, and I like that. Let's go.
Short film number 1, Begin. Jungkook represents Sinclair's innocent childhood. Jungkook is seen having a nightmare in bed with a piano on fire. The piano represents Yoongi, and the fire was when Yoongi committed suicide by burning himself.
Damn.
You then hear a car crash and a mirror shattering with a sparrowhawk being shown. The sound of a car crash was when Jungkook...
See, I didn't get that. I didn't get that from the video. When I reacted to the short film, I didn't get that suicide. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
got hit by a vehicle. The mirror shattering symbolizes time travel. Every time Seokjin travels back in time, a mirror shatters. You hear Jungkook's voice singing the lyrics. The 15-year-old me who didn't have anything shows the link to Jungkook representing Sinclair when he was younger. This is a line from Jungkook's song, Begin. If you read the lyrics, it ties into the BTS universe storyline while linking it to real life, such as thanking the BTS members for...
I gotta read this. The 15-year-old me who didn't have anything, the world was so big, I was so small, now I can't even imagine it. Now I can't even imagine myself, who used to have no scent, who used to be empty. Love you, my brother. Thanks to my brothers, I now have emotions. I became me. So I am me. Now I'm me. You make me begin.
For bringing him out of his shell. Also, note the whistling portion could tie in with the character Cromer, the bully, who'd whistle to summon Sinclair. Jungkook then...
Cotton Candy says in the chat, I think this video will be mostly focused on Wings and its influence, while the other one is about the Bangtan universe, and it will probably begin with the most beautiful moment in life. Okay, so the other video is kind of more on a broader spectrum. It talks more about the... it makes sense. I understand what you're saying. They talk more about the universe itself, whether it's from this album or to this album, it doesn't matter. Whereas this video is talking more about Wings. That makes sense. Thank you so much for telling me. Yama, this is not a music video. We are watching BTS Wings Era Explained, and it's called Breaking Down Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video and short films. It's a 34-minute video. Cotton Candy. So I guess the content might be different. One explores the album, and others explain the storyline. I'd like to do both. I'd like to know the storyline, and I'd like to, of course, listen to the album as well. Those are lyrics from JK's song Begin. Oh yeah, yeah. I know that. I knew that. The ones I was just reading right here. These ones I knew. She just said that these are lyrics from his song Begin. I was just reading it because I wanted to read them. I wasn't sure if she was gonna read the whole thing or not, but I wanted to read the whole thing. Let's go.
The bully, who'd whistle to summon Sinclair. Jungkook then holds up a drawing of Yoongi, but with what looks like a bloodstain. Another picture is also found in his room. Just like the scene in Damien, rain washed the painting, revealing that not only did it look like Yoongi, but also of Jungkook. The painting bursts into flames as Jungkook watches it cry.
Wait, there's a live of them gonna cut that. Wait, yeah, sorry guys, if people are watching this later on, again, feel free. I'm sorry if I pause and I'm looking at the chat. I have to conversate with people that are taking time out of the day to come to join my live stream. So I have to conversate with them a little bit. So if you take it personal that I'm pausing and talking to my chat, then I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. But Yama is asking, are you gonna watch the live of JK and Jimin coming back? I didn't know there was gonna be a live. Please let me know. Give me some more information. We might do it live then. I don't know. Let me know. Where can I find it?
Drawing of Yoongi from his.
Let's go back a little bit.
It looked like Yoongi, but also of Jungkook.
Oh.
The painting bursts into flames as Jungkook watches it cries. He drops the drawing of Yoongi from his hand, but later picks it up to find that it had changed into the Sparrowhawk.
Just like what happened with Emil. He painted the picture of the girl. Rain came and it wiped it down and it became a picture of the hawk. First it became a picture of Damien, then it became a picture of a hawk.
Hess uses this symbolic approach to give the Sparrowhawk purpose in the story as a symbol of the mark of Cain.
Hold on, I gotta see. You guys are with me. You guys are gonna see it too, but I gotta see what Yama's talking about. YouTube.com. I don't know how to get to the live. Oh, right here. It's right here. BTS, Jimin, JK are discharged. Are you talking about this video right here? That's them right there, right? J-Hope, my boys. I couldn't tell who that was. I couldn't even tell who that was in the beginning. That's my boy J-Hope right there. All in the uniform. Wait, so what part is this? Is this like the main part right now? Because there's 228 people watching. Right? Wait, that's not J-Hope? No, that was Hobby's discharge. That's J-Hope, isn't it J-Hope? Oh, they will be discharged in about 5 hours. People are watching the old ones. Oh, is this an old one right here? What am I watching, guys? Someone let me know in the chat. What am I watching? Is this an old one? Is this a new one? So I don't know. I don't know if this is an old one or a new one. I really don't know. I started streaming 9 hours ago. Is this a new one or an old one, guys? Just type new or old in the chat.
It's a
Let's go back a little bit on this. Oh, that one is an old one. You guys are saying in the chat they're saying it's an old one, so okay. When is the new one gonna start? Do you guys know when the new one's gonna start?
Uses this symbolic approach to give the Sparrowhawk purpose in the story as a symbol of the mark of Cain. It's a symbol for those seeking the truth themselves and striving to break free. After he puts the picture of the bird in the envelope, we see a shadow of wings appearing behind him.
And he's like a little child. If you look at him right here, it's not him as an adult. It's like a little kid standing there. I noticed that while watching the video.
Wings short film number 2, Lie. Jimin represents Sinclair's first encounter with darkness as a child. The video starts out by focusing on the picture.
Guys, what channel can I find it on? That's the question I'm trying to ask. Like, where can I find the live stream of them coming back? Who is going to be live streaming it? Is it going to be Bangtan? Is it going to be Hype? Is it going to be one of their channels? Is it going to be a different channel? If you guys know what channel it is, please let me know.
Darkness as a child. The video starts out by focusing on the picture of a forest, which is linked to Jimin's scarring event at the Flowering Arboretum. This is the same photo Jimin gave to the magic shop in exchange for an umbrella, a scar in exchange for happiness. This scene represents the interrogation.
Hold on, how do I go on live? How do I go live? Your videos, short, subscriptions, history, liked videos. Oh, there's live. Okay, National Guard, Santa Ana, California, raid, Los Angeles. Recent live streams, upcoming live streams. Live now. Trump speaks. Trump is speaking right now, I guess. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. JK and Jimin discharge right here. Korea now. Right here, right? This one? Am I on the right one? This is not the right one? Alright. Hold on. You guys are saying look on top. Let's go back then. I thought this was it. It says real-time English sub. BTS, JK, and Jimin discharge. I thought it was this, but let's go back. You guys are saying let's go back. Let's go back. Where? On top. Oh, now you guys are saying that's the one. Okay. Cool. Alright, so for now it looks like they're waiting. June 11th. Oh, it's June 11th, 2025 in Sports Park Cheon. So there are 3 people getting discharged. Who's the third person? Because there's 3 flags. There's JK, Jimin, right? And someone else maybe? But anyways, let's mute this while it's going. And let's go live, all the way to the live. Oh, why am I going back? And why is it stuck? Why when I do that it gets stuck? Alright. And let's go back to the video. Let's go back like 20 seconds.
Out by focusing on the picture of a forest, which is linked to Jimin's scarring event at the Flowering Arboretum. This is the same photo Jimin gave to the magic shop in exchange for an umbrella, a scar in exchange for happiness.
Oh, these are all JKs? Those are all pictures of JK? Oh shit, my bad. That was my fault.
This scene represents the interrogation that happened when Jimin was at the hospital. A scene of a sign pointing to the...
Yeah, I still have it on. Googie, I still have it on. It's right here. It's playing in the background. It's just nothing is happening right now. It's just aimed at people. Nothing's going on right now, so there's not much to see. But I do have it running in the background right here. It's in another tab right here. Let's go.
The flower exchange for happiness. This scene represents the interrogation.
I'm sure I pissed off a few people right now, and the people that are going to watch this later on. I'm sure I pissed off a few people by bouncing back and forth between the live and this video. They're going to be like, oh, you're not focusing on the video. Little do they know, I've been taking notes. I've been taking notes. Let's go. I like this, man. I'm very, very, very happy reacting to this. Let's go.
A scar in exchange for happiness. This scene represents the interrogation that happened when Jimin was at the hospital. A scene of a sign pointing to the Flowering Arboretum appears, and Jimin then starts to sing. Caught in a lie. Find back.
She sounds very similar to Boras City Magazine, by the way. They sound very, very similar.
And Jimin then starts to sing. Caught in a lie. Find back the pure me. I cannot.
Oh, I remember this. I think this was the video. Was this the video where there was like pills? No, I don't think this was it. I think it might be it. Is this it?
get out of this
The walls right now get graffitied up, and then pills.
lie. Jimin lied to the doctor when they asked about what happened. He said, "I don't remember a thing," referring to the incident he witnessed at the flying laboratorium, where he found a kid who was held captive and abused.
Damn.
Through this incident, he developed seizures and had been locked up in the hospital for years as he continued to lie to everyone and to himself. Just
Damn.
as Jungkook's
Wow, what a story.
character is linked to Yoongi, Jimin's character is linked to Hosok. A card with Eva written on it.
I might go live again in 3 hours to react to it if you guys want to join me. If you guys are down to join, I'm down to go live in about 3 hours to react to it.
The pills Hosok takes, and a scene with an empty hospital bed that Hosok was in. All this points to the bond.
This is very interesting, guys. I gotta go back and listen to that part real quick because I'm really, really genuinely interested in this one right here, this video.
Card with Eva
This Jimin one.
written.
Because I remember talking about mental health. This is the one I was talking about mental health and how people are on pills and how the pills, you know, just prescription pills are being given just for money. And these pharmacies and these doctors all just want to make money. But yeah, very interesting. So it's based off of a little kid a missing little kid, 5-year-old little kid that lied to the hospitals and his family about not knowing, not remembering what he saw, but really he remembers what he saw.
Jimin's character is linked to Hosok. A card with Eva written on it, the pills Hosok takes, and a scene with an empty hospital bed that Hosok was in. All this points to the bond Jimin has with Hosok. You then see Jimin fall into a bathtub. In the storyline, during a couple of timelines, Jimin actually drowns himself at the hospital in the bathtub.
Damn.
The scene changes to Jimin eating the apple, and in Damien, the apple represents the forbidden fruit.
See, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together when it comes to that.
And Sinclair's first sin. Jimin then turns the
He ate the apple. That was his first sin. Wow.
camera to face the painting, and he himself also faces it, symbolizing facing his fear.
Oh,
Wings
beautiful.
short film number 3.
Beautiful.
Stigma. Taehyung represents Sinclair at boarding school during his
Wait, how does she say his name?
Stigma. Taehyung
Taehyung.
represents Sinclair at boarding
I think that's V, right? Taehyung? I think that might be V. I'm pretty sure that's V.
school during his rebellious stage. It starts with Taehyung scraping at a graffiti of Abraxas on the garage door with what looks like a screwdriver. He's caught by the cops and brought into jail for questioning. We then see a scene full of symbolism representing his youth, but also what happened to him in the past during his childhood. In the storyline, Taehyung lost a white 2-month-old puppy named Dubu. You then see him get hit, which represents his father abusing him. A scene of the Eva painting meaning mother flashes. This symbolizes 2 events. When Taehyung was younger, his mother left him and his sister. Eva also represents Hosok's character, and Hosok was the one who stopped him from murdering his father during a timeline.
Damn.
You then see a phone booth wrapped in
That I'm interested in because we saw it in 2 of the short films. So I want to know what that's about.
character, and Hosok was the one who stopped him from murdering his father during a timeline. You then see a phone booth wrapped in chains, highlighting his experience with Namjoon and him not being able to contact him. That's when we see a scene of his sister bundled in a blanket after being abused by their alcoholic father, and Taehyung is seen comforting her.
Damn.
Then the lyrics, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, my sister," are sung.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, my sister.
A cage is seen being placed on Taehyung, and the white puppy slips away.
Oh.
The white
noticed
puppy
that.
represents his childhood and innocence. The cage is him being trapped in his current life.
Damn.
The cage is his world that he must break out of. More scenes flash of his sister being abused. We also see scenes from the past music video called Danger, which was released in 2014. This is proof that their dark and
just real quick, Lindsay, shout out to Lindsay. What's going on, Lindsay? How are you? Lindsay says RM and V came home yesterday and have already done 3 live streams. Really? You should check out YouTuber Hi Boy. Hold on, let me copy that. Oh, I can't copy it. Did the translations to RM solo live where he talked about his military service. Let me see it. I just want to see what if I can find it. Hold on. RM. I'll just put RM next to it. So BTS, RM, and V are back. What they said after military is full breakdown. There they are.
Now officially completed their mandatory military service.
All right, we'll check it out in a bit. Let's continue this video though. Shout out to Lindsay though.
his sister being abused. We also see scenes from the past music video called Danger.
Yes, guys, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my absolute best to go live so we can check out the BTS. So mark that on your time or on your alarms or whatever. In about 3 hours, I might go live again and do this. Let's go.
Which was released in 2014. This is proof that their Dark and Wild era is also connected to their storyline.
Oh, the Dark and Wild album is also connected.
Once again. The dialogue during the...
So the Dark and Wild album is also connected. That's when... technically, that's kind of when it started, right? No?
Released in 2014. This is proof that their Dark and Wild era is also connected to their storyline.
Yeah.
A mirror shatters once again. The dialogue during the video is the officer asking if he has parents, and he says that he has no such thing. He then asks the officer if he could let him make one call. He made a phone call to Namjoon. Wings short film number 4, First Love. Yoongi represents a time when Sin...
By the way, guys, after this, go check out my 7 reaction. It's called 7 by JK, featuring Lotto. So go check it out afterwards.
Claire met the organist Pistorius, who became a mentor to him. Yoongi is Pistorius, while Jungkook is Sinclair. We could see Yoongi grab a rock to shatter the glass
of the
music
one.
shop.
I like this the whole short film right here. I really want to know what it's about.
He goes in to play the piano, and the melody he plays is from Jungkook's Begin.
I forgot what was my breakdown. Go check it out afterwards, but I did break this video down in my own way. I decoded it in my own way based off of what I saw. I'm trying to remember what I said.
He then hears someone whistling the same melody. He tries to follow and find where the whistling is coming from, but then a car flashes by him, then crashes into the music store. This symbolizes Yoongi wanting to find his way back to how things were with Jungkook. But then Jungkook's car accident happened. You see the bloodstains on the road. He runs back to the music shop.
That's when the car ran him over. I can see now how they all correlate with each other, the videos.
Now, I'm not exactly sure why it flashed the bathtub where Jimin drowned, but maybe it shows the hospital, since Jimin, Jungkook, and Hoseok do end up in the same hospital. Also, in the storyline, after Yoongi found out about Jungkook's car accident, he rushed to the hospital, but couldn't bring himself to go in to Jungkook's room. The piano catches on fire, and you see Yoongi confused. This could symbolize how Yoongi is caught in the middle. He wants to reconnect with Jungkook.
No, that definitely is scary. Definitely is scary. That last one reminds me, and I think I said it in my video when I reacted to it. This one right here, this part, especially this part, and the whistling, it reminds me of Max Payne. I don't know if you guys ever played the game Max Payne back on Xbox like 15, 20 years ago. But there was a part in it where you're like walking in this like dark, very dark area, and there's like footprints, blood footprints on the floor, and you got to follow the footprints, and there's like a baby crying far in the background, and there's whistling happening, and it's scary as hell. That reminds me of, this reminds me of that. And it was all like reddish like this.
He tries to follow and find where the whistling is coming from, but then a car flashes by him, then crashes into the music store. This symbolizes Yoongi wanting to find his way back to how things were with Jungkook. But then Jungkook's car accident happened.
Damn.
You see the bloodstains on the road. He runs back to the music shop. Now, I'm not exactly sure why it flashed the bathtub where Jimin drowned, but maybe it shows the hospital, since
they all went to.
Jimin, Jungkook, and Hoseok do end up in the same hospital. Also, in the storyline, after Yoongi found out about Jungkook's car accident, he rushed to the hospital, but couldn't bring himself to go in to Jungkook's room. The piano catches on fire and you see Yoongi confused. This could symbolize how Yoongi is caught in the middle. He wants to reconnect with Jungkook again, but chose to set himself on fire. In the storyline, Yoongi's character believes that he'll only hurt the people he loves, which is why he continues to distance himself from Jungkook. Wings short film number 5, Reflection. Namjoon represents the time Sinclair left Pistorius. Sinclair is in despair, then loses himself to drinking.
Pistorius, if you guys remember, is Sinclair's mentor. For those who might have forgot, listen. Pistorius is Sinclair's mentor. Let's go.
5. Reflection. Namjoon represents the time Sinclair left Pistorius. Sinclair is in despair, then loses himself to drinking. It starts by showing Namjoon's container house that he lives in. He receives a sparrowhawk picture from Jungkook, then starts to tattoo the hawk onto his arm. He later burns the photo, puts the ashes in a drink, and drinks it. This also happened in Damien. In Sinclair's dream, he burnt a picture, then ate the ashes. You hear the sound of a busy phone line representing his relationship to Taehyung. Color starts to take over him, and the mirror shatters once again, symbolizing time travel. You see a glimpse of the words, "We must survive," representing the time he wrote this to the boys in the storyline. He remembers and gets back up, reflecting on himself. Fireworks appear, representing the time the boys watched the fireworks together. The mirrors shatter, symbolizing Namjoon breaking out of his world and running towards the phone booth where Taehyung is calling. Namjoon can't get into the phone booth and the word liar appears.
So that's the second time in the videos where the booth shows up.
On the glass. Taehyung made a phone call to Namjoon when he needed him the most, but he couldn't pick up. Therefore, Namjoon is a liar to him.
Oh, so that makes sense. Remember earlier in the video when he was trying to call? He was trying to call, the phone was ringing, but no one was answering. It was trying to call him. And now he thinks he's a liar, but he really couldn't get into the booth to answer the phone. Damn.
Wings short film number 6, Mama. Hoseok represents the time Sinclair met Frau Eva, Damien's mother. Eva is Sinclair's motherly figure and his object of affection. The lines spoken in the beginning of this film are about Eva. We start off with Hoseok laying down.
Wait, what did it say though about Eva?
Figure and his object of affection.
I want to read it. With a face that resembles her son's, timeless, ageless, and full of inner strength, the beautiful woman smiled with dignity. Her gaze was fulfillment. Her greeting a homecoming. Silently, I stretched my hands out to her. Okay.
The lines spoken in the beginning of this film are about Eva. We start off with Hoseok laying down in a padded room which resembles a prison. A doctor comes over and films out a form where we see the words assessment, Munchausen syndrome. In the storyline, Hoseok supposedly developed narcolepsy after his mother abandoned him.
Damn.
He later reveals that his illness was a lie. Munchausen syndrome is a psychological disorder where someone pretends to be ill.
What?
Or deliberately produces symptoms of illness in themselves. You could see how he was pretending to be asleep, but as soon as the doctor walked away, he got up.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one with the pills. That's the one that a whole bunch of pills start coming in right now.
The time hit 1 o'clock. Pills started pouring out. He pops one in his mouth and the image of Abraxas appears in his eyes. This was the same graffiti Taehyung was seen with. As soon as he takes the pills, chaos happens.
Graffiti and all that.
A subliminal picture appears beside him, and it's Eva's portrait. They then flashed images of eyes around him. They actually
This is very, very interesting, guys.
had a photo shoot later on in the future called Love Yourself Answer, where Hosuk was stuck in a red box with eyes. During the answer concept, we were able to link it to the book called 1984 by George Orwell. Eye is an archetypal symbol that suggests that
How did they like, that's detective skills right there. How were they able to find those pictures to be able to tie it in with this book?
someone unseen is watching. Then we see wings behind Hosuk, representing Abraxas and wanting to break free. He goes berserk until he faints, then wakes up to the sound of birds chirping and the sun shining through the door's window. He looks out to see the image connected to Jimin's flowering arboretum. Remember that Jimin and Hosuk are closely linked.
Yeah.
He opened the door and walked outside, representing him breaking free from his cage. He pulls out a Snicker bar, which used to be given to him by
I think I might have said that in the video too, that he's breaking free.
his mother. The last thing she left,
And Snickers, hold on, what's a Snickers about?
representing him breaking free from his cage. He pulls out a Snicker bar, which used to be given to him by his mother. The last thing she left for him was a chocolate bar before abandoning him. He smiled at the image, then walked away, and the forest painting changed into a mother embracing her child with the words Eva written at the bottom. This represented the moment Sinclair changed into a man who was enlightened.
Became
Wings
wiser.
Short film number 7, Awake. Seokjin represents the moment Sinclair awoke and found himself. Each scene in Seokjin's film will have objects that represent each character. The scenes start off with Seokjin at the dinner table with an apple and a bottle of red pills.
So this whole, like, 7, now I'm getting to know that right now. This whole 7 short films are all about, like, sin and ego, being egotistic. It's about self. It's about sinning.
You could hear a static noise coming from his earpiece, which highlighted the time he was forced to expose their hideout to the principal. The apple represents Jimin, but unlike Jimin, he doesn't bite into it, but just drops it. He picks up the camera that we've seen him use before. He tries to take a picture of the lilies, which symbolize the members, but also resurrection and rebirth. As soon as he takes the picture, the candles are blown out, symbolizing death. In the storyline, we know that he's in a time loop in order to save all the boys from tragedy and death, but fails many times. A shadow befalls him as he looks over a figure that looks like a sparrowhawk, and he sees the words written by Namjoon, "We must survive." He follows the apple in the darkness, which leads him into a room that closed him in. This is now his world. The time loop in the storyline kept him as a prisoner. He gathers the 6 lily petals and a similar...
Everything is a symbol. Every little detail is a symbol, guys. Crazy.
Now his world. The time loop in the storyline kept him as a prisoner. He gathers the 6 lily petals and a similar scene plays out. We've seen this before from their I Need You music video. The 6 petals represent each member.
So that's where it starts.
Tries
I Need You, what you guys do tell me in the comment section is I Need You is where it all starts.
Music video.
The Bangtan
The
universe.
6 petals represent each members, and he tries to burn them himself. In the storyline, Seokjin ends up making another deal with the blue and green-eyed cat.
Googie, there's a webtoon about this? Really? About this whole, like, story? What is it called?
But in
Is that what is this what this is right now on the screen? Is that the webtoon?
He didn't realize the consequence was him losing his memories of the boys. he ends up losing himself and the reason why he wanted to save him. Seokjin is seen struggling. This was when he developed major headaches after making a deal with the cat. He was slowly losing his memories. We get to the scene where you see more of the members' items that directly connect to them.
Yeah.
The piano represents Yoongi, the Eva painting represents Hoseok, and the painting represents Jungkook. We also see a painting of a sparrowhawk in the hallway which also represents Jungkook. The apple we saw represents the writing "We must survive" represented Namjoon, and as for the scratches on the wall, it represents Taehyung. The wardrobe wrapped with chains represent the hidden cabinet in their hideout, which holds a diary of Seokjin's father. He sees a sparrowhawk fly by, and so he quickly opens the window only to find a reflection of himself.
Oh, shit.
Psychologically, Carl Jung's viewpoint of mirrors may represent the doorway between the conscious mind and unconscious mind. Therefore, by observing yourself in the mirror, you are one step closer to knowing the real you, or the unconsciousness. A sentence appears. We cried a lot and laughed a lot, but it was so beautiful. He wants his memories back of the boys and their time together. This was the moment he realized he needed to break free and get back to saving them all. He walks down a hallway where you see a painting of the sparrowhawk. In the book Damien, Sinclair paints a sparrowhawk and mails it to Damien. Damien and Eva both love the painting that they framed it in their house. You'll notice the Abraxas wallpaper that looks identical to the graffiti.
I just wrote down the sparrowhawk is related to Damien.
Kyung was scratching.
In relation to Damien.
Seokjin then proceeds down the hallway and follows a light representing him leaving the world. In the storyline, Seokjin does figure out how to save all the boys and save himself by finding his map of the soul. The Polaroid then reveals images related to 6 of the boys.
Yes.
Boy Meets Evil comeback trailer. Hoseok represents Sinclair falling into temptations. He starts off in the light but makes his way into darkness, then starts to sing, "It's getting dark, the light in my future." As he continues to dance, the foundation
these I haven't even got to yet.
Around him starts to shatter, representing
what is this? Hold on.
Into temptations. He starts off in the light but makes Sinclair. Boy Meets Evil comeback trailer. Hoseok represents Sinclair falling into temptations. He starts off in the light but makes his way into darkness, then starts to sing, "It's getting dark, the light in my future." As he continues to dance, the foundation around him starts to shatter, representing him destroying his world. Hoseok flips between good and evil, the two realms that need each other and are linked. Once again, we see the shadow of wings symbolizing wanting to break free. Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video. This music video represents the psychological journey of self-discovery. It highlights the temptations of evil. The video starts off with the boys coming in as pairs. The young members are paired with an older mentor-like member, just as Sinclair was paired with Damien, who was his friend and mentor. But then we see Seokjin, who stands alone. You'll notice links to childhood and innocence, such as a bicycle, slingshot, book, etc. Then you'll notice Seokjin standing alone gazing at the painting called The Fall of the Rebel Angels by Peter Bruegel the Elder. The work details the first confrontation between good and evil, heaven and hell. Seokjin is seen in between 2 doors.
What is it called though again?
Represents evil, while the
what is the painting called again?
Rebel Angels.
The fall of the rebel angels. And he picked hell and heaven. Cool.
By Peter Bruegel the Elder. The work details the first confrontation between good and evil, heaven and hell. Seokjin is seen in between 2 doors. The black door represents evil, while the white door represents good. Music starts with Jimin's eyes being covered and him pulling Hoseok's hand away. Unblinding symbolizes the innocent's blindfold being taken off to reveal reality. Another symbolism for childhood is the lollipop and swing Jungkook is on. We later see Jungkook floating without a swing and feathers around him. This scene could be linked to his car accident.
Yeah.
And I quote, "Thought my body was
now.
floating, but it was actually the hard floor. My head must have flipped back because the world was turned upside down."
That's crazy. It's so crazy how they all link to each other. It's so confusing at the same time too. Like it's so intricate. It's so intricate, maybe is the right word. Their storyline.
May 22, year 22, Tear. The painting
Very
behind
intricate.
Jungkook is called The Laminate of Icarus by Herbert James Draper. It depicts the dead Icarus surrounded by lamenting nymphs. Icarus's father made wings out of wax, but warned him not to fly too low or too high. Icarus didn't listen and flew near the sun. The wax melted and he plunged to his death. Namjoon is seen lighting a sugar cube over a green liquid. This represented the alcohol called absinthe, which is a hallucinogenic drink that causes euphoria.
Yep, I know about absinthe.
As he burns the cube, an image of the
I've never tried it or never drank it or nothing like that, but I heard all around it. All right, I heard all about it. Let's
Sparrow
go.
Hawk is shown burning, meaning he's tapping into these dark temptations. Jungkook is shown drinking the same drink in the Japanese version, and we get to see the hallucinations.
Yeah.
We then see Hoseok sitting in a Roman bath with an arrow in hand. Behind him is Michelangelo's famous Pieta, which depicts the body of Jesus on the lap of his mother Mary after crucifixion. This ties in with Hoseok's connection with his mother, but notice how the body of Jesus is not carved out yet.
Oh, it's
This
not.
could symbolize that it's still under construction, meaning the boys are still working on finding themselves. Hoseok shoots the arrow towards Taehyung.
And I'm sure they were. At that point in their life, they were what? 18, 19 years old, 20 years old, around there. They were still young. They just made it to adult. They just became adults. So to them, they were still trying to find themselves. So that makes a lot of sense.
Symbolize that it's still under construction, meaning the boys are still working on finding themselves. Hoseok shoots the arrow towards Taehyung, but Taehyung is unaffected. He's under a veil or sheets representing protection, but also he uses this veil to hide his pain. Taehyung's character in the storyline would hide his problems from the boys, and they never knew what was really going on with him at home. Jimin and Yoongi are seen kneeling down in front of each other. Jimin is holding an apple that represents his sin and lie, while Yoongi holds a blindfold. Note that this room was inspired by the movie called Chat Room. Chat Room is about 5 young people who meet on the internet and encourage each other's bad behaviors. Notice the similarities of the room.
Yeah, very
There
similar.
were also some small
They were probably filmed in the same room.
similarities,
No? No, maybe not. I don't know.
such as a character named Eva, the wings, vandalism,
They also depict Damien, the Book of Damien, that show
kiss,
or that movie.
but also one of the characters' father left them at a zoo, and this character is so scarred that he takes pills similar to Hoseok's character.
Yeah.
We later see Yoongi cover Jimin's eyes with this blindfold. This could represent him closing Jimin's eyes to reality, but in the end, it made Jimin a prisoner in his own world. Jimin's character in the storyline
So intricate, man.
locked himself up in the hospital and didn't want to leave. He was afraid to face reality and forgive himself for not doing anything about the little boy in the flowering laboratorium. The camera travels through the room to where the doors open, revealing Taehyung jumping off the balcony in front of the painting called Landscape with the Fall of Icarus.
Wow. That was nice. the way they
Icarus
shot
falls into the sea to his death, just like Taehyung in the storyline when he jumped off a platform and drowned in the ocean.
So wait, does that mean his character then dies at this point? Does that mean that's it? BU, like Bangtan Universe, that part of it is done, like that character is dead now, or what?
Like Taehyung in the storyline when he jumped off a platform and drowned in the ocean. We see more of Jungkook's room in the music video, and notice he also has the landscape of the fall of Icarus. In the story, Jungkook also decides to jump into the ocean in one timeline. You also see another painting above him. This was painted by Quaglio on the ceiling of Ljubljana Cathedral. It gave an illusion of an open sky. Not only do you see it in this scene with Jungkook floating, but Hoseok and Jimin during the Japanese music video are seen reaching for it.
Imagine they had to recreate that painting, you know, whether it was digital or not digital, however they recreated it, and then make it into the ceiling again here and put it as part of the ceiling only for a 5-second clip, probably. Less than that. Only for probably a 3-second clip in a music video.
Hoseok and Jimin during the Japanese music video,
or maybe it was there the whole entire song,
are seen reaching for it. Reaching for the sky. A scene with all 7 of the boys around a dinner table.
Everything is a symbol, man. This is gonna make me look at BTS videos completely differently now. I'm gonna look at BTS videos completely differently now. I think anything could mean something. Anything could mean anything in their videos. Anything could have a symbol to it. It could be a symbol.
For the sky. A scene with all.
So shout out to Abium again for giving me this video to react to.
All 7 of the boys around a dinner table is linked to Sinclair's confirmation day, marking the end of Sinclair's childhood. The class's last lessons were about the Last Supper. Notice how they all have apples on their plate. They're about to partake in their first sin. Seokjin is seen on top of the dinner table letting go of a balloon. Namjoon reads a quote from Damien. He too was temper. He too was linked to the second, the evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do. This was when Sinclair was freed from his bully with the help of Damien. Although Damien was the one who helped free him, he didn't want to be connected to someone who was linked to evil. Seokjin letting go of the balloon symbolizes letting go of purity and childhood. You need to let go in order to grow and transition into adulthood.
Yep, I agree.
The scene switches to Yoongi playing Passacaglia in D minor by Buxtehude. This song was played in the novel Damien by the organist Pistorius. Pistorius was a guide for Sinclair, providing him the knowledge of Abraxas. Taehyung is then unveiled, revealing 2 marks where his wings were. We do see Taehyung with his wings during the Wings Tour trailer, but during this scene, he is portrayed as Abraxas, along with the statue that Seokjin kisses.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense now.
At the end of Damien gives Sinclair a kiss on the lips, symbolizing Sinclair's acceptance of himself.
Yeah, definitely. Now I definitely enjoy it a lot more now, knowing the story or knowing at least some of it. A lot of it is going to stick to me, but a lot of it might not, this video. But I wrote notes. At least I wrote notes, you know. I can always refer back to my notes anytime I get a little confused watching a video or trying to break down a symbol or anything like that. I got a little bit of notes at least to go based off of. A little bit, you know, a little bit of notes to go based off of the Book of Damien. But I'm so happy I was able to watch this. This is very, very interesting. And now, like I said, I'm going to go into future BTS songs knowing about this story and about their Bangtan universe. And it gives me more to analyze and more to review.
Kisses. At the end of Damien gives Sinclair a kiss on the lips, symbolizing Sinclair's acceptance of himself and self-realization. Seokjin has now broken out of his egg and we see chaos.
So no wonder there's always colors in the background. Like, so what video was it? A music video where all of a sudden, like, these bombs go off, like these colorful bombs go off behind him. That probably has to do with this story.
He has
Let's go back.
Sinclair's acceptance of himself and self-realization.
You guys know what I'm talking about? The video where there's like bombs going off behind him, but it's like colorful bombs, like all in a line behind him, all in lines.
Seokjin has now broken out of his egg and we see chaos. He has embraced both the world of good and evil. He walks towards a mirror with a German quote from Nietzsche written above. You must have chaos inside you to give birth to a dancing star. Remember that we mentioned Nietzsche earlier and that Hess was profoundly influenced by Friedrich Nietzsche, and many ideas were expressed in Damien. Notice the difference in the mirror representing the 2 worlds. His reflection showed Seokjin standing in darkness with liatris flowers in the vase, while the other side held the lilies that we've been seeing, symbolizing purity and the members. The Liatrice is also
I gotta listen to that again.
the two worlds. His reflection showed Seokjin standing in darkness with Liatrice flowers in the vase, while the other side held the lilies that we've been seeing, symbolizing purity and the members.
Lilies.
The Liatrice is also known as blazing star, which could connect with Nietzsche's quote.
Blazing
Seokjin's
star.
face starts to crack, symbolizing the shattering of the old self. Shattering is also connected to Seokjin's time travel. In the end,
So really, this whole story right now is about getting rid of your old self, your younger self, to accept who you are in the future.
all the characters in the storyline face chaos and hardships in order to realize the self. They bring forth the image of birds that break out of their shells and try to take flight for the first time. The chaos and uncertainty is part of the growing process. As Suga mentioned during the Wings press conference, he said, "The song relays an optimistic determination to use our wings to go far, even if we are met with temptations in life." So that is all for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to click that like button and also join the Flare Squad by subscribing, you guys.
What an amazing video. Hey, Celeste, ex-Celeste, what an amazing video that you made. Very, very amazing video that you made. I'm sure you're not going to come across my video, but I hope you do. I hope you do come across it, and I hope you do watch the whole thing. But shout out to you. Guys, go check out ex-Celeste, as you guys can see right here. I'll highlight it for you, and I'll highlight the title as well. Her name is ex-Celeste. Go follow her, subscribe to her. I just subscribed to her. I just hit the like button. Go leave her a comment. I'm gonna put incredible video. And thank you. Give her some, you know, give her some engagements, guys. A lot of us on YouTube, man, that's how we get our motivation to do our next video and to do our next video and to do the video after that. Is when we see the like buttons, when we see comments underneath the video. That's when we know that, you know, that's when we know that you guys are enjoying it, and it gives us motivation to do more videos. So go hit the like button on this video for her. Go follow her if you don't follow her already. Subscribe to her channel and check out her videos, guys, because this was actually amazing. This was actually really, really nice. So shout out to ex-Celeste for this. And let's go ahead and go to the live just real quick just to see what's going on, what people are saying. So Big Hit also stated that, let's turn it up, no special event would be held to mark the members' discharge. So BTS says they won't. Oh, look, it says Jimin up here too. What are people saying in the chat? Argentina flags, Brazil flags, Iran flags. Is that Iran? Mexican flags. I don't see enough American flags, guys. Let me put some American flags. How do I put American flags? How do I search? Oh, right here. Flags. Where are the flags at? There's no flags? Yeah, I don't see flags. I guess you can't put flags. I can't put flags, at least. I thought I could. I'll put game over. Game over. Now they're back. It's game over. You know what I mean? Oh, look. There's emojis right here. Search flag. USA. United States. There's no flag for United States? What? How come there isn't no flags? I thought there were flags. Did they take them off or something? But anyways, guys. Anyways. Let me just look through here real quick. Yeah, no. Maybe it's under here. You know what? It could be under here. It could be under these ones. That's what it is. Right, that's cars and all that. Okay. No. Nothing that I need here. There's so many emojis. I never knew there were that many emojis. Look how many emojis there are. I bet you people don't even use half of these. Crazy amount of emojis. There's balloons. I don't think flags are gonna be in here. That's so weird. How come there are not flags in here? Yeah, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't know. But guys, I want to shout you guys out for coming in and joining me on this reaction. BTS Wings Era Explained. Breaking down Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video and short film by X Celeste. Shout out to her for this, and shout out to you guys for taking the time watching my reaction. Like I said before, guys, if you can hit the like button on this video when it comes out. Please also, guys, turn on your notifications. I might go live again. I might go live here again in 3 hours, 2.5 or 1.5 hours again, just to do this live right here. Look, we have different camera angles now. Look, we're finally seeing a couple different camera angles. On Tuesday, fellow BTS members V and RM wrapped up their tour of duty and greeted fans at Sports Park in Shanxian, in Gangwon Province. Today it's Jimin and JK. Let's go. But guys, turn on your notifications. Turn on your notifications. Find your emojis on your laptop or phone. Yeah, that's true. You're right. It is on my phone. Let me see if I go to that same live stream on my phone. I just kind of want to see if I go to that same live stream. BTS live. Where is it? Where is it? English sub? No, that's not it. There we go. I found it. Look. It is on my phone. It actually is on my phone. Hold on. Let me type it down on my phone. Let's go to this. BarcaLyze. BTS live. And you're gonna see my comment pop up right now. Hold up. Where is it? 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 Right here. USA. USA. There we go. Alright, you guys are going to see a bunch of USA flags in the chat right now. If you guys are in that chat right now, you guys are going to see my USA chat flags. Boom. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Oh, no, you guys can see it. Here, look. Where is it? Where are my flags at? Where are my flags at? Put a bunch of USA flags. How come that didn't come up? So weird. Right? Isn't that weird? Maybe I put too many flags. Yeah, they're not coming up. My flags are not coming up, guys. That's so weird. Why isn't it not coming up? Oh well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this. Oh, look, copy paste. Let me see, copy paste, copy paste. Thank you. Thank you so much. Copy image. Paste it here. Oh, I can't paste it. What? Copy, you know what? I gotta copy it as a copy link to highlight. No. Copy. I can't paste it. Oh, there we go. I pasted it. Guys, I pasted it. Paste. There we go. I'll add one more. No, one more. Boom. There we go. We got the American flag up now. Look. Oh, wrong way. Right here. With my real name and everything. With my other account. Not even with my BarcaLyze account. But we finally did it. I was finally able to do it. I had to do it, guys. I had to do it. I had to do it. But guys, thank you again so much for joining. Please, guys, turn on your notifications. That way, you guys can see when if I might have something to do, so I might not go live. But I really would love to go live for this, and to kind of check out what their release is. When is it? When are they gonna be released anyway? Yonhap is funded in whole and part of Korea. What is the description say? It's the D-Day. That's what it says. BTS, Jimin, and Jungkook completed their mandatory tour of duty on June 11th and have returned with fans. The press gathered at the venue in Yongsan, near Army Base, to capture the first images of the stars. Imagine they're right now in the process of this joint, or finishing their mandatory tour. They must be so happy to be back home now. Is that their last one, by the way, guys? If anybody in the chat or in the comments can watch this later on, is that the last time they go on duty? Is that the first and last, or not first and last, but is that like their last time doing duty, military duty, or is it like every other year, every couple years, every 3 or 4 years they get called in for duty? Maybe. I don't know. Someone let me know though. Someone let me know how it all works over there. So I'm really curious to know. With that being said, guys, I've been BarcaLyze. This has been BTS and X Celeste. Please turn on your notifications, guys. I might go live again in about an hour and a half, so turn it on. And guys, I'll see you in the very next video. Shout out to everyone that joined today. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone that left the chat, was talking in the chat. And shout out to everyone in the future that are going to be watching this video. Thank you so much for leaving a comment, for hitting the like button, for subscribing to the channel. Go check out my video that I just released. It's the JK video of 7, the song 7. Go check it out. And then check out my BTS video with the song 7 that I just released today with JK. We are at 100 videos. We are at 100. This is, right now, when I post this live stream, it's going to be 101. So we made it to 100 videos for BTS. I'm proud of that. I'm happy about that. And we're going to hopefully do another 100 more. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Much love to you all. And guys, I will see you in the very next video, okay? Please turn on your notifications. Take care. Much love. And peace.